Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has called Russia's use of a new type of missile, quote, a clear and severe escalation. NATO and Ukraine are now set to hold emergency talks next week. CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie Daggett has been following this for us, and he joins me now to talk about this from the Pentagon. So Charlie, how do we expect Ukraine to respond to the use of these new missiles?
Well, you know, they're bracing for more. President Zelenskyy said Russia is using Ukraine as a testing ground, and in some ways that's accurate. We asked officials here why they keep describing that new missile, this mystery missile, as experimental, and it's not only because it's the first time it's been used in combat and battle. As far as they know, they haven't seen a whole lot of testing on it, and it's a reconfigured Russian ICBM. Technically the RS-26 ballistic missile. In fact, it's so near an ICBM that Russia notified the United States of the launch through nuclear risk reduction channels. That's traditional, briefly before the launch. Putin said that he would do the same. He would continue to give those warnings before the launches, he said in a televised event yesterday, in order to avoid civilian casualties. But it is. I mean, it's a clear escalation. It's capable of traveling more than 3,000 miles, carrying multiple warheads, including a nuclear warhead. But it's also worth noting here that, you know, Russia has plenty of other options in the arsenal to reach all of Ukraine, stretching all the way west to Lviv. So it's new. It's hard to intercept. At the moment, it's designed to spread fear rather than significant damage. I mean, that first target, Dnipro, is within easy reach of several Russian weapons, and it's come under fire before.
The other thing that Putin said, Charlie, is he warned that he might potentially attack other countries if they supply Ukraine with those missiles that are used to strike Russia. Is that raising a red flag for the United States?
Well, Vlad, you know, in real terms, no. It's not the first time he has said that, and the intelligence community has been all over this, right from the beginning. Putin's been threatening to attack the West since the war in Ukraine began. The United States and its allies, including people in this building, have been keeping a close eye on that in terms of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, ISR as they call it, along with the UK, which has been fundamental, Ukraine, and others. There's been a wealth of information in studying battlefield tactics from the Russians. But that said, the weapon has caused concern by virtue of the fact it's the first time it's been used. It's an unknown. It wasn't carrying a massive warhead, but it could. It launches with little notice, and that's the threat that it poses. So officials say the intelligence suggests Russia doesn't have many of them, but Putin said U.S. defenses aren't capable of intercepting them. Now, Poland, this is important, has raised the alarm, obviously being closest to the fight, bordering Ukraine. Prime Minister saying it's taking on dramatic proportions and the threat of global conflict is serious and real, his words.
All right. Charlie Daggett from the Pentagon this morning. Charlie, thanks.